Hey, hello leaders. This is Paul Grau Jr. and welcome back to Run to Your Leadership Challenges. So today I want to talk about something that I was thinking about a while back, and it's basically, we're talking about the characteristics of a high-performing leader here. And one thing about a high-performing leader is they are open to change. They are open to receiving feedback from people, constructive feedback. And they don't take it personal. They can sit there, they can hear people out, and they can take it with a grain of salt and just kind of learn from that feedback and try to improve. Now, this goes with the saying that I might have talked about a while back, but it says you can't change what you don't understand. And when you think about that, when people give us feedback, man, they are doing us a favor because they are allowing us to possibly see a blind spot that we may have. And we all have blind spots. It's just things that other people see in us or about us that we don't necessarily see. Have you ever had somebody come up and say, man, you do this when you're talking, and you're like, no, I don't. And then 3 or 4 other people around are like, yeah, you do, and so it's obvious to other people, but it's not so obvious to us because it's just a part of our subconscious that does things without us even knowing sometimes. So, but just think about that statement. You can't change what you don't understand. And this is why I always preach that the best leadership tip that I could give anybody is work on self-awareness. Work on getting to know yourself inside, outside, upside down, around, opposite, backwards, reverse. Get to know yourself, because we may think that we're very self-aware, but when it comes right down to it and other people share things with us that they might know about us, our eyes can be opened quite widely. Or quite widely? I don't know what the word is there. But anyway, our eyes are opened, and sometimes we kind of blow it off. We kind of say, you know what, that's not me. But sometimes if you really think about it, you can say, hey, you know what, they're doing me a favor by telling me that, and I'm going to be better for trying to work through this and figure it out and grow. And that's what leadership growth is all about. That's what growth is all about, period. Even if it's not leadership growth. You want to continually work on your team members to show them things that they might not know about themselves. But it all starts with you. We can make a choice to be self-aware and to try to become more self-aware all the time. Or we can just try to blow it off and say, you know what, we know everything about everything, and that's all there is to it. And you're going to listen to me, and, it's my way or the highway. And believe me, I have seen a lot of people do it that way. I've seen a lot of people with that attitude. And I may or may not have had that attitude throughout my military career at times, because sometimes there's no time to really debate. There's just, you got to do it this way. Just do it. And, but I would like to think that over the years, I became more and more self-aware. And, right about the time that I was retiring or transitioning out of the Air Force was probably when I was doing my best leading. And that's unfortunate because 26 years, they probably got the best of me at the very end. And that's the cool thing about leadership, though. And that's the cool thing about just growth in general, is your best is yet to come. All right. Your best productivity, your best performance, your best profitability in your business is yet to come. And it's all because we don't know what we have to change. And we can't change it until we really understand it. Understand what needs to be changed. So today I just challenge you to work on self-awareness. I always start every client out with the DISC assessment. I use the Maxwell method of DISC, and it is amazing. I swear by this up and down, but it's not, that's my preference, the disc. All right. And there's many styles of the disc as well. I love the People Keys disc is where Maxwell gets his discs from. But I like that disc assessment. It's what I'm used to. It's what I can really understand and break down and tell you about your leadership style, your communication style, how you communicate with others, what type of conflict that you have amongst other people around you, what their personalities are and what their strengths and weaknesses and communication styles are. I can tell you all about this yourself by just reading through your DISC report. Now, I'm not saying you have to take the DISC. You could do the same thing with Strengths Finders. I've used that too. I've taken the long form Strengths Finder and gotten the long report, and it is amazing. So you can use the Strength Finder. You can use the Myers-Briggs. I've had other coaches, collaborate with me, and they're like big time into Myers-Briggs. And to me, I never understood that. The 16 different, ICFs or IFCs or ID, whatever. But if you know it and you get with somebody who's really certified in that assessment, they're going to be able to help you use that. The only thing that I would warn you about is, or just say use caution, is don't just take a disc to take a disc and to check a box. I hate that when companies hire me to do some coaching or training or team development, and you can tell some of them are just checking the box. Oh, we could say we did that now. And, I can tell because they call me a year or two later and say, hey, Paul, we need you to come back and do the same thing again. And I'm like, well, if you utilized what I taught you the first time, you wouldn't need me to come back and give you that same full day, 2-day workshop or whatever. But they do, because they don't utilize it. And that really just irks me, I'll go back and teach them again, but you need to use what you're learning. So if you take an assessment, it's no good to you if you just take it, get your results, read about your results, and that's it. What I recommend is take the assessment, get your results, really get a coach or a certified person certified in that assessment to walk you through it and tell you how you can use that. I use the DISC a lot with communication. I can break down a team's DISC and I can review their DISC assessments before I even go in there. And I can walk in there that first day and say, these two people have a lot of conflict. They don't like working together. These two people over here have conflict. This person has conflict with everybody. And they're like, how do you know that? Well, it's because I have practice of reading the DISC assessment. There's other people that use Enneagrams, the colors chart, but there's all kinds out there. So pick one, take the assessment, have somebody walk you through, and just continually be open to becoming more self-aware of yourself. Because the more self-aware of ourselves that we are, the better that we can lead our people. And that's the way you become a high-performing leader. You know yourself down to the core. And this is something that we never, ever complete. I think right until the time that they bury us in the ground, we can learn about ourselves. And my eyes have recently been open to some serious issues or serious blind spots that I have in some areas. And it's kind of scary, actually. And I'm going to share more about that as we go. But for now, that's it. Just focus on becoming that self-aware leader. Because when your people see that you're self-aware and you're open to feedback, that's going to open their door and allow them to be open to your feedback. Hey, that's it for today. Hope you have a great rest of your day and come on back tomorrow for a brand new show. Until then, run to your challenges. We'll see you.